Hey friends, it's New Year's. It is New Year's Day, man. I am drinking some sparkling water from Giant Eagle. Really hoping that my camera will focus. So I wanted to talk to you about something that I do that I haven't seen a lot of people do, and it's fine if you don't do it because I know everybody's different and this is kind of a controversial topic. But I usually carry some sort of modern folder throughout the day. And when I get home from work, it's in my pants, and I don't like to just leave it compressed all the time. So what I do is I store liner locks with the spring not compressed. I don't know what the opposite of compressed is, but not compressed. So if I'm carrying a paramilitary 2, which I know this is called a compression lock, but it's really just a liner lock. But when I get home from work, I do not leave it closed. I will throw it in a drawer or on a bench. Even Leathermans, if they have liner locks, I'll leave them open. I know that sounds crazy. I have them all over the place, sprinkled all over the place. And that kind of brings me to multi-tools, right? So same thing, Gerber multi-tools, their springs are not compressed. So it's only used, the lock is only used when you need to disengage or engage the lock spring, I should say. So then it just goes back to normal, no big deal. So I'll keep these because I do like Gerber and Leatherman, believe it or not. They're actually real close to each other up there in Portland. I used to go up there all the time when I was stationed in McCord. But I'll leave these Gerber multi-tools in like my wife's car or my tackle box or something that I don't really get to use very often. If I don't think I'm going to use it, like a bug out bag. Here's one that Leatherman makes, Super Tool 300. And you see the springs are always not compressed. So they're always at rest. I mean, for the most part. And so that is what goes in the bug out bag because I don't have to worry about it wearing out the spring on the lock. Now, if you haven't seen a Super Tool 300 with a half serrated blade, this one was actually issued to me when I was in the military. But anyway, the one I keep a Surge in my truck. I keep it just like this because I've had some times where you go to use a knife that you just grabbed out of a drawer, or even like an auto where you go to use it and it doesn't want to fire off. I used to have a Benchmade AFO back in the day, the AFO 1, and it was always closed. And I remember one time I opened it and it was like do 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 do, and it was really slow. And I was like, oh, I'll just oil this thing. Nope, it didn't help. So any kind of liner lock or anything that requires a spring, I don't leave them compressed, y'all. Kind of like mags. A lot of people are different with like pistol mags or rifle mags where they'll leave them loaded all the time. I'm just not that way. I do keep a certain amount of them loaded because they're just kind of throwaway mags. Check out this old sodbuster, full-size sodbuster from way back in the day. Listen to that snap, man. Side note, side conversation. Jeez. But anyway, if you have something that uses a liner lock, do whatever you want. Or if it's like this is an old switchblade from back in the day where it actually uses the slip joint. And I could probably, I don't know where the spring, oh yeah, the spring's in there, never mind. It's in the middle. It just kind of kicks out. It's like a leaf spring, but I don't like feel the balls on this thing, man. And that is because, in my opinion, it's because the spring is not compressed all the time. So tell me what you guys think about this. Like I said before, if I didn't already say it, I usually carry some sort of a locking modern folder. Now this is a traditional knife, but this would kind of fit the bill for both, I guess. But I almost always have some sort of slip joint in my pocket so that if I'm in a meeting and somebody needs something cut, it doesn't send people screaming to the administration or the cops or something. I always have like some sort of like a little Swiss Army knife or a Leatherman or something. And then I'll carry a tactical folder or modern sort of knife. That's one of the good things about the Gerber multi-tools, or some of these like the Axis lock, right? The Axis lock is always at rest. Even some of these old Spydercos, man. Do you guys have any cool old Spydercos? I'll bet you never seen this guy before, huh? And that's why I love like the Endura Delica series, because it has this lock back here. Even some of the cold steel ones that they were making back in the day. Hey, remember ZDP 189? I mean, what do you know about that? If you're one of those people that's all into steel, remember ZDP 189? It was like going to be one of the super popular steels, and then people were like, is it stainless? And it's like, no. And it's like, is it carbon? And people are like, no. And it's like, well, what is it? And so it just kind of went away. But I'll tell you what it is. It's freaking fantastic. And that's it for me today, guys. Happy New Year 2024. And we will come back, hopefully, at some point this year with some cool knife reviews. I want to do one on knives of SOG. Remember SOG back in the 60s and 70s? That the Green Berets in Cambodia and Laos. I have a book where they use the old folding hunter in carbon steel. The CIA issues it to them. How cool is that? I'd like to do some kind of, I don't know. We'll do some fun stuff this year, but y'all have a good Happy New Year. I'm going to keep drinking this Giant Eagle sparkling water. And cheers. Buffalo.